Welcome in to day 25, and you are speaking with the Meeples champion. Now, yesterday we talked about a big game in the Lost Ruins of Arnak, but today we're going to a lot smaller of a game. The kind of game that just requires a little bit of a roll. We're talking about zombie dice. That's right. Zombie dice is a very simple game. All you're doing is grabbing a cup, pulling some dice out, and rolling them. 3 dice at a time. You're dealing with red, green, yellow. The idea of the game is pretty simple. When you pull these dice out, you're hoping to be rolling shotguns, killing zombies. If you roll the feet, those particular dice have outrun the zombies, you're good. And if you roll a brain, the zombie got a hold of you. The idea is that this is a push your luck game. You start with one player at the table, you pass it around. And when the first player goes, it's beginning of a round. You roll, and if you get 3 brains, you're out. Every time you roll one, you put it to the side. Every time that you roll a shotgun, you put that to the side. You've got a point. And every time you roll the feet, those feet stay with you as a re-roll possibility. And now you're told, okay, based on what you've rolled, you have, okay, 1, 1, and 1. You're only 2 away from dying, but you got a point. You can end right now and get the 1 point, write it down, you're good. Or you can take the feet and randomly grab 2 more dice to add to them, re-roll, and keep going. The goal is 13 kills. You don't have to end at 13, but 13 is what would signify the end of the game. Obviously, if you hit 13, you push your luck and you die, you lose it all, you're not going to have the game end. But once a player has hit 13, you finish out the round, and then you see who wins. Now, the game is interesting because the idea is that the green is on your side. You have a majority of shotguns. The yellow is 50-50. It's 2, 2, and 2. You know, the odds of hitting the feet, the shotguns, the brains are all equal. And then the red has shifted that all the way over to now the red being more about the brains. So when you make a roll, you might start the game off and be like, hey, I got a red and I rolled it and it was, I got a shotgun, I'm great, I'm doing well. And I rolled a yellow as a brain, and I have a green feet. Yeah, I'll keep going. And then you pull 2 more reds out, and you go, uh-oh. Once you've pulled out additional dice, you can't change your mind. You're going. So you have to be ready. How does this game, for me, work? Well, let's start with the quality of the components. They're very nice dice. I've had this game for 10 years. The dice have in no way been an issue. I don't feel like there's any off balance when rolling the dice. Great quality of component. The art. You're not dealing with a lot of art. The dice are pretty nice. Then you have your cup. And that's it. There's not a lot of art to judge. But I think it's very nice. I think it's perfectly fine. Then you're talking about replayability. This game is quick. The likelihood is you're only playing this game for a couple minutes. Maybe, if you have a big game, I've played this game with over 20 people before. Huge party, and we all were big gamers, and we pulled this game out and said, let's do a round. 20 people going around the table could take potentially 10 to 15 minutes. And you're talking about multiple rounds. So yes, that particular game took us like an hour. But that was 20 people. Most of the time you're playing this with 3 or 4 or 5. Those games are only going to take you maybe 5 to 10 minutes. They're going to go fast. So do I think that this game is worth it in that regard? Yes. The price is cheap. You usually get this for under $10. Your uniqueness, I mean, I'm sure there are a lot of other games with this push your luck mechanic. I find this one to be a great game for if you want to pull something out for Halloween and you're not really big into those huge, you know, the Betrayal on Haunted Hill or, you know, any of those walkthrough type games like that. This is a nice little, hey, pull it out for Halloween and have some fun. I think it's a good choice for that. But it doesn't have to be a Halloween game. This can work as an any time of the year game. And it has some expansions. You know, I have the Christmas expansion for mine, so you get to have some Santa dice tossed in there, and they make all the difference. Because now you're dealing with double brains, double shotguns, you're dealing with getting like an energy drink, and all of a sudden it says, all right, now anytime that you've rolled the feat, you actually have managed to kill those zombies because you're faster. So I think that this is a really cool game. It has some nice expansions. I definitely recommend. I think it should be in everybody's collection. It's such a fast game that I can't imagine anybody getting it. You're not wasting money. It's not that much. It's so fast, you're not worried about it wasting a night. It's a simple, somebody showed up and the two of you are sitting there and you're like, shoot, we got 20 minutes till the next person gets here. Pull it out. Or you're in between games and people want to get food and you go, okay, you're going to get food and you're going to go prep this and the rest of us have nothing to do. Let's pull this game out and play. It's a great game. It can be played on airplanes. It can be played in cars. It can be played in your backyard. I don't like to bring a lot of games outside because I'm worried about the wind catching cards or pieces of the game and taking them off. You're not losing anything with this game. It's all too heavy. Highly recommend. Everybody should own it. Definitely for me, it's a across the board, all levels, everybody needs this game. Again, you've been on day 25. We've been talking about zombie dice, and you've been talking with the Meeples champion. We'll talk again tomorrow on day 26. I'll see you then.